Hello, everybody, and of course, welcome back to another episode of X Talking Ish with your boy X.
And ish.
You already know what to do. If you are on Facebook, please make sure you go ahead and like and share this broadcast. If you are on our Facebook page, please make sure you go ahead and like our Facebook page for us. We would definitely appreciate that. If you are on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page just yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you are, of course, wanting to check out shows like this in the future, you can go ahead and hit for our notification bell in the top right hand corner.
Ding.
Thank you for that, Ish. And as well, if you are on Twitter, because I already did it, please go ahead and check us out on Periscope at X Talking Ish. And you can check us out if you are on my personal page at X underscore Williams81. I've already retweeted it on my page. So go ahead and check us out on all of those streaming platforms. Let's get right into it. Of course, you came to check out the Monday Night Football halftime recap show. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Ish. Monday Night Football. This is one of the biggest games we've been looking forward to for Week 13. Of course, the Patriots versus the Bills. Um, let's be real. Ish is the first half living up to what we expected it to be. Because honestly, from somebody like myself that loves football the way I love to watch football, this is a great game if you want to throw out the stats and we're just looking at what we're looking at the chess match wise on the field.
Yeah, I mean, this game has been everything that I expected it to be going in. Both teams are really good defensively. You got Bill Belichick, who everybody knows his defensive acumen, and just going into it, and then seeing what the weather was like before the game even started. I mean, we knew what kind of game we were in for if you were paying attention. Um, to me, one of the things that I think is a big storyline from is this is exactly why it's important for Buffalo to take care of business and get home field advantage because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never know what you're gonna walk into playing in Buffalo come late December, early
January.
January. I mean, this is exactly why it's important if you're a Buffalo fan, if you're on the Buffalo team. This is why you want home field advantage. I mean, it is these are rough conditions. The wind is a nightmare tonight. Like you pointed out before the show even started, and I'm sure you're gonna bring up, Mac Jones is only throwing one pass because of the elements right now. So you couldn't ask for anything better. I think from a Buffalo standpoint. Unfortunately for them, though, while their defense is supposed to be the top defense in the league, New England has come out, decided they were going to run the ball, and they have run the ball very well. The reason why Mac Jones only has one pass so far is because he hasn't needed to do anything else. The run game is doing it all. They're running that trap right in the A gap with the center, sealing, and then you got the guard pulling. And my goodness, are they able to get yards every single time with that play? So yeah, in the second half, I'm looking for Buffalo to tighten it up on the front seven. Really, at this point, just make Mac Jones have to throw the ball is what we want to see, and I think that'll make it a little more interesting. Um, but we'll have to wait and see they adjust to what New England has been showing them.
I definitely agree with everything you just said. Let me get to this comment right quick from Lee because it's pretty much segueing into what I'm about to get to. He says, "Shit, isn't this weather bad for Buffalo? Out of the AFC teams in playoffs, they are the worst rushing offense. Might be trouble." And here's the funny thing about it, like what Ish just said, when it comes to Buffalo wanting home field advantage, you would think, like you said, is you would want home field advantage because it should play into your strengths, which should be running the ball. But unfortunately for Buffalo, their strength is their passing game. And when you have a game that have wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, it limits your offense and it does not allow you to operate your whole playbook. And when you don't have a strong run game, because at the moment you have 149 team yard rushing yards for the Patriots compared to 33 for the Bills, it limits what you can do on offense. Yes, the score is 7-11, and it is a one possession game, and let's be real, the game is definitely not out of sight for the Buffalo Bills. It's just one of those things where a lot of people and also people in Buffalo feel like this is a Super Bowl team, but when you can't check the boxes off on what makes you a Super Bowl team just yet, it's hard for people that actually again watch football the way we watch. It's hard for us to say, oh yes, Buffalo is an automatic lock to make the Super Bowl because they still have question marks. And this is a game right now where the Patriots are punching them in the mouth. The Patriots are punching them in the mouth on both sides of the ball, on offensive line and also defensive line. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the second half because at the moment, of course, I'm putting up Damian Harris's stats because usually when we do these halftime shows, I usually put up the quarterback stats, but I got to show love to the running back because at the moment he does have 9 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown. If you did check out towards the end of the first half, you did see him limping off and going to the locker room a little early before the second quarter's over with. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to finish off the second half or if he's going to be out. If he's out, then of course you have to check out Stevenson's and see if he can pick up the slack, which he should, because if the way the Patriots offensive line is blocking, I can run for at least 15 yards.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could
for
go
the second half.
play running
You
back
feel
for
me?
him in the second
So
half.
the Patriots offensive line right now are bullying the Bills defensive line, and if that continues to happen, I think you're going to be correct with your prediction, and the Patriots are going to win this game. But the only way for the Bills to change the momentum of this game is turnovers, which is not going to happen unless they strip the ball from a running back, or you capitalize when you have the ball and that's scoring touchdowns. Because right now you're not able to get anything in the run game, and Josh Allen is going to have to be super Josh Allen real soon because at the moment right now, Mac Jones is having a field day. As you can see, you 1 for 1 in the pass that you did have was a little over. Shout out to June Smith making a very nice fine catch to make sure that he held on to that pass. But other than that, he's literally. I mean, this is Friday walkthroughs for him. Ish. Come on, man. I haven't seen a first half where one pass, and it's not like he the one pass because Mac Jones is trash. It's because you're literally getting 8 yards per carry.
Yeah,
you don't need to pass the ball.
I mean, yeah, Damian Harris almost has 10 yards a carry. So why even throw the ball? There's no need.
And again, because of the weather, because of everything you got going on, you keep running the ball, keep going to the well. It's working. No reason to pass the ball, but we have to see what happens in the second half. If the Bills can find a way to take control, I can see them, of course, still winning this game. But this is what the Bills are. I'm sorry. This is what the Patriots are built for. This is what they've done. No matter who's at quarterback, it comes down to that crazy madman on the sideline with the cutoff sweatshirt, Mr. Bill Belichick, taking care of business on that sideline over there.
Real quick to address Lee's point. This weather, I think typically you would say if a team is struggling in the run game, yeah, this weather would be bad for them. The advantage that Buffalo has, though, is that they've got one of the, if not the quarterback with the strongest arm in the league, right?
Yeah.
As you've seen so far in the first half, he's currently 6 of 10. He hasn't really suffered from the wind. Throwing into the wind, throwing with the wind, it really doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Also, I think
that rollout, it looked like the wind is affecting him.
Also with the bad run game, the substitute to a bad run game, screens and short passes. I mean, they can run some screens, run some short passes, quick hitches, get some slants in there, and they can still be quite effective with Josh Allen throwing the ball. So while it does hurt them because they don't necessarily have a run game, I think that they have a guy that can help them and they can game plan it to make it help them a little bit. The bad part for them is their defense is supposed to be this top defense that can stop the run, and they're just not able to. They are currently being punched in the mouth.
They're getting gashed.
If this continues, then the weather and playing at home doesn't help you at all because, I mean, if you're going to allow a team to come in and run the ball like this, especially with the teams that we know are likely to make the playoffs, when you look at a team like Baltimore, you look at a Tennessee team, I mean, those teams, that's what they specialize in, running the ball. So it doesn't matter if you're going to have home field advantage. You're going to allow teams to come in there and just run it all over you. One last point I want to make is, and the reason why I picked the Patriots before X, they're
Which
currently
I'm not
5-0 on the
surprised,
road.
honestly.
They're 5-0
You
on the
said,
road.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, this
and that's
season they are
rare. That's
undefeated on
rare
the
for.
road.
Hey, that's rare to do. I mean, be undefeated on the road in the NFL. That's something very very hard to do, especially with a rookie quarterback too. Remind everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really remarkable. But for Buffalo, the reason why I picked Buffalo is because this is a game you have to win. It's a divisional game. This is your first matchup. You're at home. You have to win this game because if you don't, it's going to be harder
it's
for
gonna be
you with
bad.
the rest of the season. You have to see them again in
Mm-hmm.
Foxborough, and most likely they're going to go your chain. That's just pretty much how I see it on that one. So that's why I picked the Bills. If they don't win this game, it's going to be very hard for them to, excuse me, to honestly win the division. Because I think if the Patriots sweep, they win the division, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, just for them, for psyche, for confidence wise, moving forward the rest of the season, they have to slay this giant. They won the division last season, and they expected the Patriots to take
They
2 or
swept the
3 or maybe
Patriots last
four
season
years.
too.
But that's what I'm saying. They expected it take the Patriots 2, 3, 4 years to rebuild, and it took them a year. And now they're right now getting punched in the mouth, and we're going to see in the second half what's going to happen with these Buffalo Bills. Are they going to rise to the occasion, or are they going to fall flat? We saw what happened to them on the last Monday Night Football game where they played against Tennessee Titans, and they couldn't stop the run game, and they couldn't pretty much stop the Tennessee off in an away game. They're here at home. Use the home field advantage to as much as you possibly can, and we'll go from there. And we'll see. But hey, if you're in Vegas, I definitely hope that you took the under for this game because we had 18 points and it does not look like we're going to be having too many points in the second half. But hey,
It's
we,
not
we
looking
shall
good.
see. We shall see. All right, let's
I
go
mean, it's
ahead and
looking good
let
from a defense
everybody
standpoint, though. I'm enjoying it.
defense. Yeah, defense. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish watching this Peyton Manning and Eli special on ESPN2.
Boo! Nobody
Y'all
cares
enjoy the
about
second
that. I don't know
half
why you enjoy that so much.
because it's amazing to watch. It's great television. Y'all enjoy the second half. I know I will, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, of course, for our weekly wrap up of Week 13 recap of the NFL. Thank y'all very much. See y'all next time on X